everybody? It's your girl Sophie Soft back here on Sophia's Football Talk for an exciting live stream as we're going to be previewing the Manchester Derby. And we have the lovely Kelsey, who's a Man City supporter, been on the channel before. And I'm excited for the stream. How are you, Kelsey? Are you good?
Yeah, good. Saturday morning still here in America, or the part of America I'm in, and nice sunny day. Just went to the farmer's market. It was quite lovely.
That's awesome. Not as quite sunny here in Norway. It's been raining the entire day. But at least we had, some football for the entire day, which is quite lovely. So I don't mind. Yeah, people, make sure you like this video here and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, also follow Kelsey on, especially Twitter. Okay, she's very active. So make sure you show her some love. She also be on Patrick Man City Fan, True City Fans channel quite often. So make sure you do check her out on there as well. But Kelsey, you know what? Let's just kick it. Start off with your thoughts about the season so far for Man City. You haven't started off in the best way.
Yeah, it's been kind of a mess so far. It's just been. I mean, that Wolves game looked great. Everybody was like, "Yeah, we're back," and then the Spurs just came and slapped us. Like that, I just don't understand the level of the preparedness was non-existent in that game. But to be fair, we exited the Club World Cup in mid-July or something like that, and then we had a month off, and they only had one preseason game, and then they had one behind closed doors. There wasn't a lot of preparation for the season, and you can just kind of see it. A lot of players are rusty. We have a lot of new players. They're trying to fit in. Sure. Our best player is coming back from a major injury, so yeah, right now it's just. And then we're also missing a lot of players, unfortunately. I try to not use that as an excuse, but I mean, it's just a fact of life that Joško Gvardiol is our best defender, and he hasn't played this season. So we've looked very shaky at the back, and the players who have played have looked pretty shaky. And the only one that's looked good got injured in the Brighton game, so it was frustrating. I think he'll be back. We have a lot of question marks. Some players should be coming back for this game, but yeah, overall, I've been very disappointed. That Brighton game was just. I just don't understand why nobody showed up for that game except for the guy coming back from an ACL and the keeper. There's no excuses for our captain to not be showing up. I think he's been very poor this season so far. Haaland is doing his best, but he's not getting a lot of service. And we know he doesn't create a lot of chances on his own because we don't play to his strengths. We're playing possession ball. He thrives in more of a transition set up, and that's just something we don't do. We were doing it a lot in the Wolves game though, so that's where he looked best. Him and Oscar Bobb, you must have loved that, the Norwegian link up. I know you don't like who they're playing for, but no, clearly that their chemistry is developing because I watched that Norway game over the weekend against Moldova, and wow, Haaland was cooking. Oscar Bobb was cooking when he came on too.
Yes, yeah, no, exactly. I mean, hey, help out Norway to get to that World Cup, and then whatever you do for the club, I'm not going to support you there, but for the nation, I'm all for that. It's just a bit funny how he had such a good game in that particular for Norway, 5 goals,
5 goals and 2 assists as well.
Yeah. And it's right before the Manchester Derby. I'm like, please do not.
I'm hoping I hope he saved a few for the Derby. Because I'm remember he gave a penalty.
Yes.
Guard, is that his name? The guy who subbed on.
Yes.
Yeah. You can say it with a cool accent.
That did indeed happen. He could have gotten more goals for sure. But so what do you? I mean. Also, you talked about so far this season, where we're taking injury into account a little bit. I do think it's relevant. We're not trying to make it an excuse, but I do think it should still be relevant, with the amount of injuries that you do have. But as you've seen so far, the 3 games, has your expectation changed from prior to the season started till now? Or are they relatively the same?
It's about the same, but maybe I'm downgraded my expectations. I predicted that Liverpool would win the league. I didn't think we were quite ready yet. I thought we could if things went our way, because you never know. Sometimes other teams just have really bad luck, and sometimes you can take. Sorry, my cat is being.
That's fine.
She'll join the stream here in a second with her little tail. She's just. Anyways, yeah. So I think we signed the right players, but I do think it's going to take them some time to gel. So so you're kind of hoping like, hey, maybe they'll gel quickly. I don't think they have yet. Tijani Reinders is the one I put really high hopes on. I think he's a quality player. I watched a little bit of Serie A last season. I tend to watch teams that have Americans on. So Tijani Reinders was on a team with one of America's better players, Christian Pulisic. So I did see him a little bit, and I thought these skills would translate to Guardiola. He looked great in the Wolves game, and then he looked very poor against Spurs and Brighton. So, and I think he's going to play a lot of minutes. So it's just a matter of him catching up. And clearly, I thought it'd be a little quicker, but it might not be. So that's something that's kind of going against us. Liverpool are flying right now. So, well, okay, maybe flying is the wrong word, but they're getting results. We'll say that they're getting, I think they have question marks as well. Arsenal are a lot steadier than I kind of predicted. So we'll see what happens. I thought if things happened, you just never know. Like, there's always a wild card injury. I'm not trying to say like that's an excuse. Like,
no.
Sometimes if that happens to a team you're chasing, you can take advantage of that. So, we still have a whole season for that. But so far, that's happened only to my team. So, well, no, I'll be fair. Arsenal have had they have some major players.
They do as well.
So I thought if things went our way, maybe we could contend because I do trust my manager. But right now, it's just it's frustrating. I don't see a lot of hope right now. I just think our shape is a mess. I think the players available are just not performing. I think some of them are just past it. I think John Stones looks like he's past it. Bernardo has looked past it for 2 years. That's our captain. Nathan Ake has looked very shaky. He just doesn't look fit. And Stones and Ake in particular have just had a lot of injuries over the years. And, they're getting to the age where those injuries are catching up. And if they're the ones playing all the games, that's not a good recipe for success. And Rangers is taking some time. Rodri's going to take some time too. He's going to look up and down. I don't expect him to be like Ballon d'Or Rodri, right away. But he looked good against Brighton, and that was against Baleba too. So that was a big test, and I think he passed it very well. But he'll go through some suffering as well. He'll probably be a little bit inconsistent for some time, and he might pick up another injury because that's just very common post ACL that he might pick up something nagging like a little hamstring or something. I hope he doesn't, but it's within the realm of possibility. And so far, that's been the problem on this team for years is that we don't have a Rodri backup. We've signed some players, but none of them really do. Nobody can be Rodri. Like he's just that's why he's the best player in the world. Like he's a 6 and an 8 at the same time, and he's world class at both of them. So we have to navigate. We're going to have to navigate without him at some point this season. But so far, so good. And then the big problem has just been the wingers as well. They've been up and down. Oscar Bobb had one good game, but he's a young player. He's coming off of missing all of last season, so he's going to struggle. And I think some of our other wingers just aren't very good. Like I just don't rate Jeremy Doku. I don't. And if he plays a lot of minutes, I don't have a lot of confidence in him. And right now he's going to have to play a lot of minutes because the person who starts is not available. So I think we have some creativity issues as well because obviously we lost Kevin De Bruyne and he's one of the best creators of all time. I think we did make a good signing in Ryan Cherky, but one, he's still a developing player. Two, he's out for 2 months, so we won't see that for a while. It's kind of it's rough for him coming into the team. So I think there's some issues, but hopefully we can overcome them and make a good run in the second half of the season, and we'll see what happens.
Very true. What I was hearing recently? Calvin Phillips. Is he back?
Oh yeah, he's going to be registered. I don't expect him to play. I think it's like we had a 25th slot. He's an English player. There are quotas for certain competitions where you need to have a certain amount of homegrown players or whatever. And I would be very surprised if he was like actually on rosters. Like I kind of look at him as like a third keeper. Like sometimes he'll make
Oh,
the
yeah.
match squad, but I don't think he.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, we've been trying to get rid of him since we signed him. Unfortunately, that ended up just being a terrible signing. But yeah, I don't really see him get a lot of playing time. He just got back into training. He had surgery over the summer, so I think that just really hampered our ability to try to loan him or sell him this summer. Because we're going to be eating a lot of his wages because some genius at the football club gave him a 6-year contract at $150K a week when he's done absolutely nothing to earn that kind of money. So yeah, it's just going to be about. I just don't see him being a big part of it. Maybe they're just trying to put him in the shop window and loan him in January or something. That's just kind of how I foresee the rest of his career. I don't ever see him really being a part of the team because he just frankly just isn't good enough.
No, he really isn't. How do you feel now leading up to the game? Are you confident? I mean, you're meeting also Man United that we finished 15th last season.
This screams a trap game to me. I feel like Ruben Amorim is just in Pep's head after last season because last season he slapped him at Sporting, when he was still Sporting, and then he City, there was that choke job at the Etihad. Where that was more of a defensive issue. Like Mateus Nunes just absolutely brain dead in that game at the end of it. So yeah, you guys got the win there, and then Pep responded by overthinking when we went to Old Trafford and played one of the worst games of football I've ever seen in my entire life. That game was just, we didn't try. That was the first time I've ever seen Pep go to a game and not try to win it. He just wanted
it was horrible.
To draw. I was like, what is this game? So I'm really nervous that something like that is coming.
Oh, please no. Like if you're trying to tell somebody
set up for a 0-0, but I could see this being a draw. My prediction is a 2-2. I know you have Cunha out, which is a big miss, and I believe is Dalot out?
Yes.
Yeah, because he really hurt us last year, if I remember correctly. Was it Dalot or was it who was it? Was it Mazraoui? One of your fullbacks just absolutely torched us. I think it was Dalot at the Etihad. I think he won the penalty, and then obviously Bruno scored it, but whoever that was, I think it was Dalot. I just don't remember. I'm trying to erase that game out of my head.
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, if that was him, then I'm happy he's out because, we did every advantage we could get. But I do think you still have some dangerous players that can cause us some trouble. Like Bruno Fernandes always turns up in a derby. I do think the pace of Sesko and Mbeumo, they can definitely come in behind our defense, because we play a very high line. So I don't think it'll be difficult for them to go around our defense and counter, which has been an Achilles heel for this team for quite a while. I've been hearing rumors from some of the City talk has been oh, we'll just pack our midfield and this and that. And I could see this game being one where Amorim just bypasses the midfield and plays long, because I think our team is set up to win the midfield battle. So I think Amorim will take it away from the midfield to take that strength away from us. I can see him being crafty enough to do that. And then I have to say, Maguire is always the threat on the set pieces at the end of games.
He is.
So I do think there's some, and that's one of our weaknesses is our defense is very poor in the air, and they're very poor on set pieces. We thought we'd try to improve on that, but so far not so much. If Ruben Diaz plays, he's very poor in the air. I don't know. I don't know if RDL is going to play. I'm really nervous about that. I want him to play, but he's also coming off he's been out for he hasn't played a game since July. He didn't play in any preseason game. He just got back to training.
That could be risky though if you suddenly start him.
That's the problem because our left back is out, and I'm don't put RDL as a left back. But sorry, never injured.
I don't get it.
First game got taken out. His ankle got taken out. Fabrizio just announced out 5 weeks. He's never been injured, and then he's out. Marmot's never injured. All of a sudden, dirty tackle in the.
But to be fair, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this international games, the break came way too soon. 3 games in, and we already. Nah. So there's no wonder why a lot of players end up getting injured, and unfortunately you guys have endured a lot of injuries. Of course, the same as Arsenal, we have a little bit, but we nowhere near like you guys and Arsenal.
I think Cunha is a big miss for you though. I think he's very dynamic, and
I
know he's kind of has he's still settling in, but I think that's a big miss for you guys. So
Yeah.
you know, I don't want to say I'm happy about it because that'll probably be some bad karma, but yeah. I do. Yes, I'm going to answer this question. Yeah, I do think
Go
Pep
ahead.
will play with his high line. He's been going with it. It actually was okay on the Brighton game because we had Husanov in the game, and while Husanov was on the pitch, they didn't really threaten as badly, and then he went off, and because he's like the cheat code to the high line because he actually has a lot of pace, and the other defenders don't. We don't have a lot of pacey defenders on this team right now. Like Ruben Diaz, like. I feel like this high line, this particular high line is really exposing Ruben Diaz because he just doesn't have the pace, but like he is such a physical defender, and he's been successful in the past. In a high line, it's just the team is just structured differently. I think Pep, I don't think the shape that Pep is playing has been working because I just feel like nobody really looks good in it. So when that happens, when the entire team just looks flat all the time, I really think it is. That's when you blame the shape. You don't really blame. It's hard for me to blame the players as much, but our fan base loves to tease Ruben Diaz, and they say that the reason he's performing poor is because he's dating Maya Jama. I'm like, no,
it's like no, because he was already starting to play poorly even before they dated.
Yeah,
right.
He struggled last season at the beginning of the year, but once we changed the shape in the second half. And he was paired as a center back with Joshua Guardiola. The two of them performed really well together, and we looked a lot better. We looked a lot better in the second half of the season.
Exactly, it's about adjusting. He's getting exposed now, but if you do some adjustments, he'll look all right.
Yeah, that's been a problem with Diaz as well. Is his partner always changes? Like
yes,
and it's really hard to form chemistry, especially last season because our defenders were just dropping like flies. He was too. He was injured quite a bit as well. But like he was at the Kanji one game, and then he was John Stones the next game, and then he was Nathan Ake the next game, and then he had to play Guardiola, and then he was playing with an academy player. Like it just you can't develop like good. It's just been hard to. It's been a mess.
How do you think you guys will line up though with the players at your disposal?
Oh God. Well, another big problem in our back line is our right back is just a black hole right now. We're playing two midfielders there, but neither of them are very good. I'm guessing he'll start Mateus Nunes just because of he has more pace. Rico Lewis just is not a right back, and I don't know why he keeps playing there. He's not physical enough, and especially in a game like this against Sesko and Mbeumo, I can't have 5'5" Rico Lewis and they're trying to defend a 6'5" Sesko. I can't like that. That's gonna happen. So it'll probably be Mateus Nunes. Oh my God, center back. I can't even. I hope it's Husanov and Diaz, but I have no idea. Also, one thing I have no idea. I have no idea who our keeper is going to be. Because we have James Trafford just played the first 3 games of the season. We just signed Donnarumma. He's had 1 training session. I don't know if a derby is the because the last time we threw a keeper into a derby, it didn't go so well. Claudio Bravo, ooh, keeping that out of my memory too. That was rough.
Bravo,
I don't even know who the keeper's going to be. I'm guessing it'll be Diaz and hopefully Husanov. Left back, I hope it's not Guardiola. If Guardiola starts as a left back coming out of an injury, I think he's going to get injured during the game. So I'm hoping we play Nico O'Reilly because he actually had some success there last season. Problem is he's not a defender. He's just there for the build up and stuff like that. But he did, that's who I would play just because we don't have a better option right now. Our midfield is probably going to, it's very likely going to be Rodri, Bernardo Silva, and Reinders. I personally would drop Bernardo and play Nico Gonzalez because I think, the two of them have a very high potential as a double pivot. Because they're both very tall and very physical. Rodri's Rodri. We know that he's very quality.
Of course.
But Nico Gonzalez does a lot of he's more physical. He's got a little more pace. He's a great duel winner, and that's something we've struggled with. And then I just prefer Tijani Reinders to be pushed more up the pitch, kind of because we don't have a 10 right now.
Better. Yes, agree.
Yeah, we don't know. Phil Foden could play. I don't know. I would imagine the wingers is probably going to be. It's probably going to be Doku and Oscar Bobb.
Yeah,
that's what I'm guessing because Savinho's coming back from an injury, but I don't know if he's just going to throw him in the game right away. So, and then obviously Haaland will start. So that's just a guess. Again, I literally don't know. This is like injury. Pep roulette meets injury roulette. I don't know if he's fit.
Oh, no.
It's just
If
like
Man
I said,
United
it's a
do
mess right
not,
now. It's just a total
yeah,
mess.
yeah. Now, Man United, we have to take advantage of this. Come on. I mean, the thing is with Amorim, we mess up when it comes to like every other team, but when it comes to like the big teams, he showed last season he has the plan and he knows how to for the most part execute it well. So I just hope that we can do that again. And like you said, that Amorim could be in Pep's head. I just hope, please, Amorim, I beg you, because we need to win. We need to have a back-to-back win. For God's sake, come on.
I think there's a good chance Pep overthinks it and does something weird. Like he'll probably, like I would not be surprised if Rico Lewis played instead of Nunez, and you guys take advantage of his, because Rico just is not a defender, and he loves to invert in the midfield where he's a lot better. And then when he does that, he leaves a gaping hole in defense that are. Sorry, the cat is just all over.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, so I think your players could take advantage of that.
Yeah,
but hopefully Nunez starts and he can at least pretend to defend, and he is pacier and he's taller, so he might be able to help with that. But he's just, the problem with Nunez is he's prone to the bozo mistakes. If you remember last year at the game at the Etihad, he just took the guy out for no reason. Like, what are you doing? And then he was terrible. Him and Vardio were just terrible on the game winner for you guys. So he's just he'll have a good game and then he'll just do a bozo. So it's
it's one of those. I completely get you.
And the problem is we've had bozo moments at games and they just constantly get punished for goals. Like other teams will have bozo moments, but they recover or at least force a corner, kick it away or something. But like every time we do a bozo moment this season so far, it's been punished and the team scores. And when we're not scoring a lot of goals, that's why we're not getting results. Like the Spurs game, we could have been up early in the game, missed chances, committed bozos, never recovered. It was all downhill from there. And then in the Brighton game, same story. Like we could have been up 3 or 4-0 in that first half.
Yeah, you have to take your chances.
Yeah, that's been a problem. And
exactly.
But it's too much pressure on Haaland too, because he's not going to score every chance you get him.
No.
Somebody else needs to kind of step up and be like, hey, I'll score a goal. And so far, I think the only goal scorers this season is Haaland has 3. We didn't score in a Spurs game. And then Rangers has a goal and Ryan Turkey has a goal. Well, Turkey's not going to play. Nobody else scored.
He also needs to be fed, with the Norway game, he was being fed goals as well. Ødegaard, that partnership between those two.
Stepping up for once.
Like they were, he was being served. And that is something that you do need. It can't just be him doing everything on his own, right? So you need other players to step up for sure. But we'll see. I mean, with us, as you mentioned, with you don't know maybe who the goalkeeper will be. We technically know because our coach already said that Lamens isn't starting. The new
other guy is, right. I don't know his name.
So
at least it's not Onana.
Yeah. At least, but the thing, Kels, the problem is that Bayern did. Do not get it twisted. Bayern did is trash as well. I'm scared when we give away corners. I'm scared because he cannot command his box whatsoever. The guy is tall, but he doesn't use his height. Why are you weak? So I'm not confident at all. So we already know he's going to be starting. We're probably going to be seeing Shaw, which he's been all right. So I'm not going to, rain on his parade or anything, but we'll see. The Ligt, Yoro, Dalot won't be starting. He's out. So maybe I'm thinking Doku, Mazraoui. I'm completely fine with that. In that midfield.
Do you think you think it'll be a back 5 to start and then?
Most likely, probably.
Yeah, and then maybe as the game progresses, switch it up a little bit more.
Maybe.
Because that's what you did last season. You started out the back 5, you just absorb pressure for a while, and then you kind of, and then as the game progressed, our press collapsed a little bit because people got tired, and then that's when you guys started making your move. That seems to be the template right now, is to just like wait for City to gas out and then go for them.
Yes, get tired. So be defensively sound. So we'll have Casemiro start. I think he probably got it as well, even though he's kind of annoying me a little bit. But I think since Mount isn't playing either because he's injured as well, maybe Bruno will be in the 10 alongside Ahmad. And then maybe we have Mbeumo starting off as the striker, even though I don't want that because I just don't see Šeško starting. For whatever reason, he won't really be starting Šeško. I just don't see it.
Oh,
so
still not
yeah.
starting. Okay. He's still trying to integrate him into the team.
The whole integrated crap. I don't think he was an Amorim signing. That was more the club. Yeah. So he's just not, That's what it feels like, but we'll see. So quickly before we end, let me hear your score prediction for the game.
I predicted a 2-2, kind of a
I
don't know how exciting it'll be. I think we concede goals, and I think we'll score a few goals, but I think we'll concede some too. So I don't know. So I don't know who's going to step up. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's difficult. I'm going to say, you know what? I have a good feeling. I'm going to back my guys, and I'm going to say 2-1. But it could be a draw, though. It definitely could be a draw, but I want to win. Please, and Mbeumo winner. I want to see it. So that's what I'm going to be manifesting. So we'll have to wait and see. But Kelsey, thank you so much for taking the time of your day to join the stream. Big up to you.
Thanks for having me.
Guys, you can, once again, check her out on Twitter. I'll be linking it in the description box. And do check her out on Patrick, True City Fan.
True City Fan channel. TV. I'll be running a watch along tomorrow. So if anybody wants to watch our live reactions, come join the chat. We'd love to have you.
Then you know where to be. Yes, people. I'll make sure I'll link that as well in the description box. So people, I'll be back tomorrow straight after the game for reaction. Do check out my Juve Inter reaction that I posted before this stream because I had a lot of words to say. Let's just say that. But we gotta go. Peace out, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.